Bring it down. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. I hope we have a good network to do this discussion. Thank you very much for always keeping pace with us here on ONIF TV. Yeah, my name is Olukunle Abraham, and of course, I've told you whenever you see me, we've got to discuss. And thank you for your responses. Thank you for your views. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for those of you who like our videos, for those of you who share our videos. We appreciate you. We celebrate you. You know, you're just the best. You know, and you are the reason. Those of you who you are just the reason why we are here, and so that we can talk. Let's go straight to the business of the day. Like I said in my video yesterday, that was my last video. I mentioned that we'll be discussing the other candidates of the other parties, you know, subsequently. And so we'll be starting today with the NNPP. And so we'll look at, you know, Kwankwaso, and that's Rabiu Kwankwaso, and also we'll look at his running mate, which he unveiled, was that 2 days ago, the person of Bishop Isaac Idauza. One has just been wondering whether, maybe Isaac will now leave the pulpit for, you know, for politics big time, or what have you, you know. And so let's look at these few things. However, before we go on, let's do this as a form of introduction. I understand Tinubu Adeyanju said that Kwankwaso is actually working for Tinubu. We hear a lot of news like that, you know, and sometimes some of them turn out to be true. A lot of people had this opinion of, for take Osun State for instance, that the former governor, who is not in good terms with the incumbent governor, outgoing governor, actually worked for the PDP. Now, I will not put it out directly that way. I will put it out this way, that the former governor and Minister of Interior, Ben Rauf Aregbesola, he's not been in good terms with the incumbent governor, worked in favor of the PDP candidates. I think it's much better that way. It's not supposed to be, let it not look as if, Rauf Aregbesola went out and started campaigning and saying, oh, you must vote for PDP, don't vote for APC. No. The feud between him and his the incumbent governor was taken advantage of, and I've said that before. The incumbent governor didn't act. He didn't do well when it came to that issue between him and his former boss. I felt personally that he should have resolved that matter if he really did want to go for a second time. And when you go around town and sample the opinions of so many, you discover that we are all on the same page. He should have resolved it. Look, there are some principles of life that you cannot upturn them, you can't work against them. Just as you cannot reap what you don't sow. What you sow is a picture of what you're going to reap. In fact, what you're sowing gives you an idea of the harvest. What you're sowing gives you an idea of your harvest. So it's not like I don't know what I'm going to reap. No, you know what you're going to reap. You know what you're going to reap. It's what you're going to reap is what you put in, what you want to sow. So what you sow is what you reap. So that's a principle of life. That's a law of life. That's a law of nature. In fact, the Bible says in Genesis chapter 8 verse 22, it says, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and winter, heat and, those are laws of nature. He said they won't cease. So you cannot work against them. Just as I also feel that your boss is your boss, whether former or present, as long as that person is your boss. Now, the Bible says that, when you read Ephesians chapter 6, it said you should pray for those who are in authority. Pray for them, give honor to them, respect them. Don't try and abuse them. Don't try and say, oh, I don't like him. You might not like him, but the Bible goes on to say that they are ministers of God. That means they were ordained by God. And what that simply means is that you might not like President Muhammadu Buhari, but you know what? He is ordained to be there now. Does God want him there? Yes. And that's why he's there. That's why he's there. Because if he didn't want him there, it didn't matter how much President Muhammadu Buhari tried. Even if he won all the elections, we have had somebody, at least one person in this country who won a governorship election and passed on just before his inauguration. I'm not saying that he has done something wrong. I'm not saying that he committed a sin. I'm only saying that whoever God does not ordain. When you read Daniel chapter 4 verse 17, it says that the later parts of it says that God rules in the affairs of men, and also he commits it into the hands of men that he has chosen. And most of the time, he uses mundane things, unwise ways of showing us these things. So you don't need to like it. It's God's own idea. So let's understand that. So let's come back to the idea of Kwankwaso working for Tinubu. That is possible. You say, but they don't belong to the same party. Oh yes. What that simply means is that yes, you might, to a large extent, you might know that Kwankwaso is not going to win. He's not likely to win the presidency. He's not likely to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. In fact, Tinubu is more closer than Kwankwaso is. And so, the person, the Adeyanju saying that Kwankwaso is working for Tinubu does not mean that, that's my idea, that's my understanding of it. Does not mean that Kwankwaso is directly working for Tinubu. Like, it simply means that Kwankwaso is going to help. Kwankwaso's not winning, not becoming president, is going to help Tinubu. That's his own opinion. So let us go on, and of course you're free. Drop your comments. Just keep dropping them. Just like our videos. Just drop your comment. You're free. Drop your opinions. This is serious matter. So we discuss. So I've just shared my own opinion with you. That's the way I see it. And so Kwankwaso and all of that. Well, you know that the alliance between NNP and the New Nigeria Political Party and the Labour Party, you know, there was going to be an alliance. They were trying to work things together, and Kwankwaso was saying that Obi must come and be his vice. And of course, a lot of us already were obedient. So many who are already obedient outside there, who are not. We are not even interested in becoming obedient. You understand? So that's not an option. So if that is the opening, then if Kwankwaso will want to become the vice, then that's okay. But then, Obi is not ready. It's not going to be vice. But even if Obi was chosen, he said he wants to become vice of Kwankwaso, that's a lot of people will not allow him. He will not. That will not fly for him. So that's, anyway, my own opinion. It's a serious matter, and you're free to drop your opinions. So after that failed alliance, we have had Kwankwaso unveil Bishop Isaac Idahosa on the 18th, about 2 days ago, as his running mate. And so let us meet this man called Rabiu Kwankwaso, because like somebody said to me, which I agree with him, even though he didn't tell me his name, but he told me that, look, let's show Nigerians let's make them have all the options. Let's not just sell obedience to them. Maybe there's even a better person that we can be obedient to. Maybe there's even a better person. Maybe there's even a better person in Kwankwaso. There might be a lot of things that you don't know about Kwankwaso that is making you not think about him. Let's look at his biography. Let's look at a number of things about him. Let's look at a number of things about Isaac Idahosa. If they might just become your candidates. You understand? They might just become, you might just listen and you are just like, oh really? I never knew he was from this. I never knew this and all of that. And before you know it, you probably might be changing your mind to become. But then let's meet. Let's meet the presidential candidate of the New Nigeria Party, political party, the person of Kwankwaso. 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 Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, born on the 21st October 1956. On the 21st of October 1956, is a Nigerian politician who was the governor of Kano State from 1999 to 2003. That was during the President Olusegun Obasanjo regime, and also 2011 he also went back, became governor in 2011 because he lost re-election, and so he went back to become governor in 2011 till 2015. After he lost re-election in 2003. He was appointed the first Minister of Defense of the Fourth Republic with no prior military experience or background from 2003 to 2007. That means while he lost re-election, he got an appointment, to be Minister of Defense with no prior military experience. That was under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. He was later elected to the Senate in 2015. That was after leaving, after his second time in office as governor, serving one term under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, as representing Kano Central Senatorial District. Still talking about Oga here, Oga Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. He is currently the national leader of the New Nigeria People's Party. Yes, People's Party. Sorry, I've been calling political party. Sorry, it's People's Party. So I beg your pardon. Kwankwaso enjoys widespread support in Kano and northwestern Nigeria. He has been viewed as a charismatic populist. In 2011, he was re-elected governor of the state and went on to join the All Progressive Congress in 2014. In 2015, Kwankwaso unsuccessfully contested the presidential primaries nomination under the opposition All Progressive Congress, but lost to Muhammad Buhari. In 2018, he returned to People's Democratic Party. I hope you are just keep listening. Watch the movements. Watch his movement. Just keep watching his movement. We just want to let's talk about them. He returned to the People's Democratic Party and contested the presidential primaries, and also lost to Atiku Abubakar. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso has been confirmed as the presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, the NNPP, for the 2023 general election. Well, I want us to just run. Let's just run off quickly. Well, he's married to Salamatus Rabiu Musa, and he has 6 children. He's a politician, a civil servant, and an engineer. I want us to look at his maybe we should just look at his ideology, his philanthropic character, and also corruption charges. Maybe we should start from the corruption charges then. Let's just look at a few things about him. On March 9th, 2004, the Chief Judge of Kano State swore in the 6-member commission of inquiry, which was headed by Honorable Justice Ahmed Badamasi as chairman, to inquire into the activities of Kwankwaso. Now, the commission commenced sitting on 19 March 2004 and made its report available, and for the government to issue the white paper by November 2004. When he was indicted, in 2015, the concerned Kano State Workers and Pensions Group filed a petition to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission claiming that Kwankwaso had broken the Kano State Pension and Gratuity Law of 2007 right before leaving office earlier in 2015. According to the group, Kwankwaso had directed that pension remittance be used for housing development, but supposedly intervened in housing projects to allocate houses to his associates. Are you watching and listening? Ultimately, the housing allocations and alleged misappropriation of funds reached around 10 billion naira, according to the concerned Kano State Workers and Pensioners Group. On 2nd July 2015, Justice Muhammad Yahaya of the Kano High Court had restrained the EFCC from arresting or restraining Kwankwaso in his investigation for alleged misappropriation of 10 billion naira pension fund while serving as Kano State Governor. But 2 weeks later, on 16th July 2015, the same judge in the Kano High Court voided his earlier order and granted the EFCC a judgment to enable the commission to investigate and arrest and prosecute Kwankwaso. Justice Muhammad Yahaya also fined Kwankwaso 50,000 naira for wasting his time. Later in 2016, the EFCC denied and refuted claims of any pending corruption case and prosecution against Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso himself has strongly denied and rejected any corruption allegations against him, describing it as mere political blackmail, mischievous and untrue, which is sponsored by his enemies and political rivals to tarnish his image and reputation. Kwankwaso filed suits in courts through his lawyer seeking compensation for tarnishing his image. In 2021 September, the Prime Times found that the EFCC had invited Kwankwaso for questioning earlier that month on the alleged pension fund misappropriation from 2015. Kwankwaso initially ignored the commission before turning himself in on 16th for questioning. Well, that means that there have been issue of corruption charges around Kwankwaso while he was governor. There were issues of misappropriations of funds and all of that. There were issues like that around him. Well, let's look at his philanthropic character. After leaving office as governor, Engineer Kwankwaso launched the Kwankwaso Development Foundation, an initiative designed to help the people of Kano State and across Nigeria. Through the foundation, Kwankwaso supported many young people to further their education with continued financial assistance. The first batch of 370 beneficiaries of the foundation's overseas scholarship returned to Nigeria in 2021. That's huge, man. That is huge. 370. Wow. Overseas? Well, maybe we need to do fact checks. Yes, maybe we need to do fact checks. After successfully completing their degrees, upon completion of their studies, many of the scholars secured jobs with various national and international organizations such as Dangote and BUA, which was facilitated through the Kwankwaso Development Foundation. When asked why he launched the foundation, Kwankwaso stated that the reason was simply to promote literacy and alleviate extreme poverty in Kano State and Nigeria at large. To support the foundation, Kwankwaso sold his property and donated the money to the foundation. I think maybe they wanted to resell. He sold one of his properties, not he sold all his properties. Through the KDF, that's Kwankwaso Development Foundation, Kwankwaso also secured the release of 170 inmates in various prisons across Nigeria by paying their fines and providing transport to enable them to get to their destination to reunite with their families. Kwankwaso also donated sport kits and cash worth over 150 million naira to amateur football clubs across the states in Nigeria. This is part of his effort to support the group and development of local sports in Nigeria, an area that provides young people with opportunities across the globe. The foundation also donated cash and food items to the poor and needy, including widows, people with disabilities, and orphans, in an effort to alleviate poverty, especially among women in Nigeria. Finally, on his 64th birthday in 2020, that means Kwankwaso will be 62. This is 62 this year. Kwankwaso inaugurated a 300 pupil capacity school which he built in Rano local government, Kano. The school is solar powered and has a block house in 6 classrooms. The school was built through KDF in line with Kwankwaso's vision and mission to support education. The question is, haven't heard a few things? Of course, we know what his biography is. When he was born in 1956, and a number of them. We have a lot of information to us now. Do you think Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is fit to be president of Nigeria? With the so far philanthropic gestures he has put forth, and also the corruption charges that were against him at that time. Because we didn't see the end of those cases, we didn't see how it all went through. We're talking about 1 billion naira, and then the case just died just like that. And so we want to ask you, do you feel this man? Because the point is, he didn't go beyond. He didn't even. He was just within there. Everything he did was just within there. At least he helped his own people. And so nobody has said he came to do something in Akure or in Ibadan or something. No, he didn't have to go far. But then he wants to be president of the whole country. He wants to be president of the whole country. Now, the current governor of that state is Gajuge. And I understand that Gajuge used to be, a very close pal with Kwankwaso, probably when he was governor. Now, Gajuge is following, what's his name? He's following Tinubu all over the place. The big question still remains: is Kwankwaso fit to be president of Nigeria? Maybe we should just look at a few things about his running mate, Bishop Isaac Idahosa. A lot of people think that he is a son to that firebrand, blessed memories, Archbishop Benson Idahosa. But then we understand that he's not his child, even though they are both from Benin, from that part, but then he is not his biological child. Bishop Isaac Idahosa, the running mate of Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso of the NNPP, the New Nigeria People's Party, was born on July, on July 14th, 2022, unveiled by the party as its vice presidential candidate for the 2023 general election, alongside Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, its presidential candidate. Who is Isaac Idahosa? Isaac Idahosa is a popular cleric from Edo State, born on February 8, 1965, into the family of 6 at Mina, Niger State, a predominantly Muslim north, alias Prophet Tok Nadu. That's what he is known as, also known as Prophet Tok Nadu. Idahosa is the third child of his family. Sorry, I beg your pardon. He's the third child of the family. He is the presiding bishop of God First Ministry, well known as Illumination Assembly, Lekki Light Lake Center, Ajah, Lagos State. He gave his life to Jesus Christ in 1979. We understand that due to the similarity in his name with Archbishop Benson Idahosa, the fiery preacher who died in 1998, in an interview, he clarified that he's not his biological son, but they are from the same Edo State. But it also simply means hearing from God. Qualification: Idahosa is a trained mechanical engineer until he changed paths to join the ministry, which he started with. I hear he started with 50 kobo back then. Well, it is well. Okay, so let us look at we have seen his career. He was influenced by great men of God who came to the north to preach the gospel of salvation in crusades and seminars. In 1985, Bishop Idahosa attended Soul Clear Bible College to acquire deep knowledge of God. When we talk about political career, he was named by the running mate of NNPP presidential candidate Kwankwaso on July 14th. He really does not have a huge political career. He seemed to be like new in the system, and so maybe as we round up, could it be a tactic to counter the Muslim ticket by the APC by going not just to Edo to pick somebody, but to pick a Christian who is, not just a Christian by mouth, but then he is a Christian with a ministry. You understand? Could it be a tactic? I know, you should all agree with me. I think it's a political tactic, because this man is new. He doesn't really know much about politics. But then let's see how far this will go. But then with this combination, maybe Kwankwaso has the political will and strength. Idahosa has the God spirit and everything. These two coming together, can these two run the affairs of this country successfully? Are these two the combination we need in 2023 to help us as a nation? The platform is open to you. Please feel free to drop your comment. Make them simple and civil, like I would always say. I will appreciate you if you please do also do share our videos with others. Also, please like our videos. I will appreciate you. Would always appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Olukunle Abraham, and of course, I will be coming up again with other updates. But then look at this and share with others. Let's drop our opinions. Let's drop our comments. What do you think about this duo?